song starts stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is my weapon.
I don't really have one.
You don't have a religion? That's good. Let me ask you, are you Hispanic by any chance? From what country?
Guatemala.
Guatemala. If being from Guatemala, you would see how it says right here? Guatemalans, right? You would be from the tribe of Zebulon. Now, it's not a coincidence, right, that you gave me this answer. Your country's right here, and then you have this name. Now, the question is, what is this name? Zebulon. Zebulon is a child of the man named Israel. He had 12 sons. Zebulon was one of them. Being an Israelite, a descendant from Israel, means being an Israelite from the tribe of Zebulon means that you are of the chosen people of God, the children of Israel. Now, what does that mean for you? What it means is that you have a responsibility that you may or may not have known about. And I'm just going to share that with you briefly because it is the whole purpose that you were created in the first place, right? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. It's just like a remote. When your remote don't work, you get frustrated because the remote was created to control the damn TV. Right. If it's not controlling the TV, now you get frustrated because your whole purpose is to control the TV. If you're not controlling the TV, why the hell are you out here, right? That's how we look at our invention. So imagine how the Most High looks at his invention. He created the children of Israel to be his representatives on earth. When they see us, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they're supposed to say, those are truly the children of God. But our communities are not like that. We don't have marriages, baby mamas and baby daddies, right? We kill each other. We eat all type of foods that God forbade us to do, right? We have no love for one another, but then we love our oppressors. That's crazy. Well, how did we get to this state? Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Read.
And now Israel.
And now what?
And now Israel.
Now, if you would have read this verse, and you would have said, and now Israel, you probably would have thought that this was some people that lived 1,000 years ago and had nothing to do with you. But now, knowing that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Zebulon, read.
What? Do it. The Lord thy God require of thee.
The Most High God has requirements of you. Just like when you go to your job, they have requirements of you. Can you show up to your job and say, hey, I know I'm supposed to restock these boxes, but I'm about to go and watch TV in the break room. They're going to say, after you finish watching your TV, go home, because you're fired. Right. So imagine, what do you think God is going to do if we're not fulfilling the requirements he gave to us? Some type of punishment has to happen. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
We have to fear God by not disobeying his word. Read.
To walk in all his ways.
We have to do everything that he says, not just pick and choose what we want to do. Read.
And to love him.
And to what?
And to love him.
So now here's the biggest question. How do we love God? Remember, it's a requirement. So we must know how to do these things. How do we show God love? How do we show God love? To the best of your knowledge.
I guess open your heart up to him.
Open your heart up. Okay. So what are you opening? When you say to him, what are you opening it up to? Is he saying something? Is that what you're opening up to? Is he showing you something? What is that you're opening up to? Like your mind, your ears are open, but what are you opening up to?
I don't know, whatever pops up in front of you.
All right, let's read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Read.
For this is the love of God.
For this is the love of God. Read.
That we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. Right? So now we have to familiarize ourselves with the commandments. So I'm going to ask you a question real quick because I want to show you how this works. Okay. Do you eat pork?
No.
Do you eat shrimp?
Yeah.
Crab or lobster?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9. So now this is the thing about it. You are required to keep the commandments of God. Okay. We are now going to read a commandment of God. And then now you're going to see that your answer that you just gave me is actually going against the commandments of God, thus not fulfilling the requirements given to you by God. Now that may be through ignorance, but anything forth after we read this would be through disobedience. Ignorance is when you just don't know. Disobedience is when you know, but you just don't care. So we don't want to be disobedient because Acts 17:30 says that God winks at our ignorance, but now commands man everywhere to repent. Read.
Time. The book of Leviticus, chapter 11,
Verse 9.
Verse 9.
Read.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the water. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the water, in the sea, and in the river, them shall ye eat.
So anytime you get anything out of the water, if it doesn't have fins and scales, you cannot eat it. If you got a fish tank at your house, you want to have a blue lobster in there, go ahead. But just don't put them on the stove, right? So it goes to show you that the commandments of God are written here in the Bible. Right. So God teaches us how to love him through the Bible. Right. So now the question is, how many more commandments don't I know that I should know? Because if I truly love God, I have to make it my business, right, to know the requirements. Just like if you might have gotten hired at a job, you might not have been the best at it, but you made it your business to go and learn the skill because you wanted to be able to provide for you and your family. Now our goal, right, in showing God love is to be able to get into the kingdom of heaven. Right. And in order to do that, when you read Matthew 19 and verse 16, in a conversation between a young man and Christ, he says you have to keep the commandments. So now, we have a school every Saturday at 12 p.m. We have a school up in West Broad Boulevard. If you're not able to make it, we have a YouTube where we go live. You can watch it from our YouTube and learn these commandments, thus being able to fulfill your requirements, in doing so, showing God's love. Is that something that you would like to do, brother? Be on?
No, I wouldn't, but I appreciate the time and the knowledge.
So I'm just asking because I want the angels, I want God to be a witness to what you just said. Yeah. You know that you're an Israelite. You know you're required to love God. You know that loving God is keeping the commandments. You have an opportunity to learn the commandments of God in order to show love, but you're declining that opportunity. Okay, now, in declining that opportunity, I want you to at least be real with yourself. Don't go and tell people or even tell yourself that you love God, because loving God is keeping his commandments, not what you believe it is. Right. And since you denied the opportunity to learn the commandments and how to love him, you truly don't love God. You have to be real with yourself, because I'm going to tell you right now, God is going to get your attention. And then you're going to think about this conversation. And then you are going to link back with us. You're going to find us here. We're here Friday nights. You're going to come back here. What's your name? Rodrigo, you will be back here. Because the one thing about the Most High God, he's not going to let you get away. Right. He's going to F you up. He's going to chastise you until you hear a, what did you said? Open up. He's going to open them ears up wide. And you're going to be right back here and say, damn, what were you telling me again? And I'm going to say, you know what, brother? I'm glad to see you again, brother Rodrigo. The Most High jacked you up, didn't he? Yes, he did. Now you want to get to these commandments? Yes, I do. And hopefully you come to the school.
I don't live in Florida.
Where do you live?
Connecticut.
And that's why we have YouTube. And the Most High knows that on Saturday,
what's your YouTube page?
All right, there we go. Yeah,
that's it.
Give a round of applause, right? Because, hey, the Most High up there with the belt like this. Hey, he's seen it. He said, you know what? Let me get your phone. I'm going to show you. Right? Hey, Brother Rodrigo. Hey, listen, man. Listen, I know. Right? Everybody think you can get away. But everybody know you can't get away from the Lord, man.
Get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping.